Despite all the gaslighting and stupid shit, I've been getting criticism by just a few people, not many, but a few people regarding my role in this whole scandal over One Nation. And I'll explain where my role started and what happened. So, around the 3rd of February, I think it would have been the 3rd of February, it would have been early on, earlier than this screen just here. There was like one or two, maybe three or four posts regarding this Muslim woman who has been brought into One Nation, and it brought some criticism. As this is not the first time. One Nation have brought in Muslims before, and people have got upset about it, but haven't really done much about it. And this is just typical of that. So it was just a couple of memes, nothing, not that many. And this is the biggest place of any communication regarding One Nation or anything. This unofficial Facebook group. So I'm a member of that Facebook group and other groups, such as these minority political parties that Pauline Hanson's getting all shitty about. So I think it was this post just here that I saw that woman's face, and I recognised that she might be the one from the Milo interview. So that's when I started looking into it. So I was commenting, this wasn't the first meme that I saw, or first message that I saw. There was like maybe three or four of them, just people asking questions and getting a bit annoyed at the endorsement of a Muslim, but no one had put anything together about this whole conspiracy theory, as Mark Latham puts it. There was no conspiracy theory yet. So if I scroll up, just double check if it's still recording. Yeah. So I'll scroll up, see if I can find. A lot of stuff's actually been deleted, but there's still a lot on there. It should be fine. If I can find. See, look, here's some of my okay, here we go. Here's February 4, 1:18 a.m. This is like 12 hours or so before Mark Latham said his message. So he says, let me clarify the situation with this Muslim woman and Pauline Hanson. This is after I'd collected a whole bunch of stuff on this and I'd become aware of what was going on, and I put the pieces together with Milo interview and stuff. I said she appears to be the same woman who humiliated herself against Milo a while back, but she was supposed to be being a white woman who converted to Islam and didn't know anything about it. You read this yourself, you can see. As I said, I haven't looked into it any further than that, but there are many problems with it that I highly suspect it to be some kind of scam by a woman with a long history of scams. So this is when a lot of people started becoming aware of something going on here. That's where it really started. Now, there was criticism about this Emma Eros from about 12 hours earlier from earlier that day, and I'd been watching it. I picked up on as it started. I picked it up on Facebook. I just happened to be there at the right time, and I read and looked into it. I did some comments here and over this, and came up with what I'd found when I looked into it, and then I just finally decided to write this thread in this group about this, mentioning the Milo link. So I even did a poll on this, and I started posting in these other minority political parties, such as breakaway political parties from the major parties. You know, why would Pauline Hanson be so upset about these minor political parties instead of the big political parties? There's a reason. So all this conspiracy theory stuff started happening, and you can see I've got some posts here and there that stuff that hasn't been deleted. It's lifted. It's other posts that are deep into threads, but you can see on the right of the screen all these yellow dots are just references of my name that have been picked up. And here's another thread I did over it on February 4th. I posted a whole bunch of stuff on February 4th. This is on the right here. So these yellow things are just these are generally just threads. They would be picking up the threads that I'd started. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of threads that I did, and I progressively release more and more information on it. And you can see people are starting to um, this this ideas and conspiracy theory shit is starting to get out there. More and more people are becoming aware of this endorsement of a Muslim, but the more about the fact that this is more dangerous than what it seems. It's not simply just an endorsement of another Muslim. All hell broke loose as a result of all the stuff I started revealing to people and sharing. So if you go into this group and you manage to scroll all the way down to about the 3rd of February, and you go through these posts with people in mind that there are things that have been deleted, especially a lot of the criticism and shill stuff that I had to fight. Almost all of that's been taken. So here we go. Here's where people started doing polls and stuff. This was shortly before Mark Latham did his message. So this is almost 12 hours after I made the connection with the Milo stuff and everything. And as you can see, it's starting to catch on, and people are starting to do polls and stuff like that. And I'm the one that really started this. I didn't start the criticism of them endorsing a Muslim. I picked up on it right away, and then I recognized people involved, and I put it all together. And I started this so-called conspiracy theory. And I shared it to all these other groups that Pauline Hanson's complaining about. And you just go through this and have a look, and you'll see the timeline and everything, and you'll be able to see threads that I had started and everything. But as you can see on the right, all these yellow dots are threads that we're making. So, all right, let's stop this. Okay, I'll get Mark Latham's image here. So on the left here, you can see Pauline Hanson's Please Explain showing Islam's policy. Islam has no place in Australia. So on the right here, if you look, it says 4th of February, 12:38 p.m. This is like 12 hours after I'd unraveled this conspiracy theory. The criticism of this Emma Eros happened about 24 hours. You can see down on the bottom right, it says, over the past 24 hours, many lies have been told about Emma. And yes, this is over the exact timeline of what I'm talking about. When I picked up on this and I started doing all this heavy criticism, and then I released that thread connecting some dots, and I was behind this whole thing. You see the timeline is exactly right. So about 12 hours after I did that, I put the Milo connection up, and this thing started growing rapidly, and I was very busy spreading information to all over the place, and digging a little deeper. And here's Mark Latham about 12 hours later. So he spent the next morning. He's aware of what, because this happened late at night. So the next morning, Mark Latham has become aware of what's going on, and he's written this message here. Starting to freak out about it. There are lunar right nutters attacking her who deal in crazy conspiracy theories about Islam. He's talking about me, on the stuff that I started. So what's next? Now here you can see me challenging Mark Latham to a debate, and like 12 hours after that, I got one of the big bosses of a government department come to my door to try and fuck with me, and I've got that on record. And this is someone who's a really big criminal who's done a lot of really bad stuff to me before, come to my home and to start this shit, recognizing the political context of the situation and confessing a whole bunch of stuff on hidden camera. And when I shared that shit up on the on all these groups related to all this, the government shills shit themselves. They started realizing I'm not just some random internet user. I'm someone who actually has a lot of ammunition already, and I've just got a whole shitload more. But so I started releasing a lot more stuff, and I did about a short time before I made this challenge to Mark Latham, I would have that would have been when I did my documentary. So I did if you saw in that image before with the yellow dots on the right, you can see there's a little gap where I hadn't posted a thread for a little while. That's when I spent some time making a 4-hour documentary over this whole thing. So if you look at any other videos anyone's got over this, they're actually a rip, tend to be like a rip of my video, or they've gone and got other bits of other things that my video has shown them. So yeah, this is all from my video, and so I put this 4-hour documentary kind of video up, exposing this whole scandal. It's 4 hours is long for a video, but there's a lot of important information in there. Very important information in there. So put the video up, and then I went up a short time after that. I went to Mark Latham's Twitter, and I challenged him to a debate and to stop calling me a coward and all this shit, because he's talking about me and what I started, and others started talking shit about me too. But Mark Latham was he wanted to challenge me, so I challenged him, and then the shit, all the shit, them coming to my door and all that happened after that. And it all went from there. Everything that I spoke about all went downhill. So when you see Pauline Hanson, she's freaking out over these minor political parties. She's not worried about. It's not the votes she's worried about. It's the criticism and everything. These are like groups that are splintered off from Labor and Liberal parties and stuff like that. And this is where a lot of this stuff that I shared it in has done its rounds among the right people. So I'll just do a bunch of other images, just a few that I've shared to a couple of friends when they asked me about it, just to give you an idea that I was behind all this until they eventually banned me from Facebook. But once they banned me from Facebook for putting up a shield in defense of a Muslim making beheading threats. Apparently he's allowed to behead me, but I'm not allowed to put up a shield and a shield meme to defend myself, and that's apparently hate speech. So they banned me just before this question time. I just used another account to get in, and you can see the playlist and the other videos that I've released to see more regarding this. So I just wanted to show just a few documents here and screenshots and stuff to show that I was the one behind. I really was the one behind this. This isn't the first time that a Muslim has been endorsed by One Nation, and people have complained about it, but they've just complained a little while and forgotten all about it. This turned into a giant scandal because of what I did. I'm the one behind all this, and I'm the one that brought down One Nation. I didn't want to do it, but that had to be done. I never thought I'd have to bring down the One Nation, but it's just turned out that it was very unexpected, but it happened to turn out where they chose this, and I had to act. So I'm not just some random person on the internet. I'm the founder of Anonymous, and this is the kind of thing I do. I usually do these kind of things in the shadows, but I have been progressively public for a reason and everything that's going on. And it just shows what I do. So I was the one behind all this, and I'm banned on Facebook on my main account. I can get on Facebook, but I try to avoid as much as I can right now. I don't want to get any other accounts detected and banned. I don't sock puppet, but I'm trying to get my rebuttal video. I'm trying to get people to share that and I'm just having difficulty getting it out. But I did this totally humiliating rebuttal video of the whole question and answer bullshit. It's the final nail in the coffin. So if you're watching this video, find my rebuttal video, watch it, see how important it is, and please get that out there. Finish the job for me, please. I can still get back in there and do what I need to do. But at this point, it's already reached critical mass. It's too late. One Nation is gone. It's too late. One Nation is over, and this cannot be stopped now. It doesn't matter. Take me out of the equation. You don't stop what I started at this point. But please get this final nail in the coffin out. It's really important. This rebuttal video.